Human behavior flows from three main sources: desire, emotion, and knowledge. Knowledge is a treasure of an old wise man. Beware of false knowledge is more dangerous than ignorance. Forget all you know and think that you know. Abandon power and force to create. Inward, where the deepest rivers flow. Find the currents of eternity. And as always, welcome to my name. Oh. Hey, it's Jake Johnson. This is Untethered. What's happening, everybody? I'm so hot. I'm literally molting. I just hate it when it's sticky. Hey, there's two people here. What's happening, everybody? How you guys doing tonight? What a lovely day it is in the Carolackies. It's been sunshiny all day, I think. I got kind of stuck in a loop last night, but barring that, we're doing pretty good. I'll explain later. So I think it was pretty today, but I'm not really sure. Either way, hey, Darlene, how you doing? It seemed pretty from where I was sitting anyway, which is right here. What you got going on, Darlene? Anything special happening in your neck of the woods today? I'm good now. How are you? Well, still no voice. Still got the whatever's going on right there in my throat that ain't gonna go away anytime soon, I don't think. But I'm not sick anymore. I'm not running a fever anymore, so excellent. But I am hot because they're working on this building and I had to take my air conditioner out so that they could. And I'm literally molting. I mean, I might melt right here in front of you. Not really, just living. I hear you. Well, let me tell you what happened to me last night. I don't know how much you know about me intellectually, but I have a tendency to think pretty deeply sometimes. I've been known to zone out and be out for, 20 or 30 minutes while everybody else is looking at me like I'm insane. And then I'll come back to myself and I'm like, oh, sorry, was you watching me? Well, last night I sat down at about 11 o'clock. In my mind, I was kind of feeling emotional and I had some stuff coming up and I was going to finish a song that I had started writing about my dad. And I've been sitting on this song for ever since he passed away. I started writing it the day after he passed away, if that'll tell you how long I've been sitting on it. And it's just too personal, I'll get there eventually and I'll get it out, but right now it's still mine. But last night I was bound and determined I was going to finish it. So I sat down at the computer and I pulled up my word processor document, whatever it is, and I started writing and I started thinking and I worked myself into a flow state, which is what I do. It's all stream of consciousness. Whatever comes out, that's what goes down. I don't put any thought. Whatever comes to my head goes out my hands on the document. And then when I've got a incredibly confusing and psycho looking Word document finished, then I'll go through it and chew out all the fat and arrange it and so forth. And then when I'm done, there'll be a beautiful song there. That's my process. Well, last night I got into that stream of consciousness, that theta brainwave going at about 11 o'clock. and I was working pretty good. You know, I was in a zone. And I heard a strange noise about an hour after I got started. And I was trying to figure out where it was coming from. It was like a scratching noise. And I turned and looked towards my window, and it was daylight. I've been sitting here for an hour. It was 11 o'clock when I started. It's daylight. Something's going on. So I got up and looked out the window, and there was people down there working. It was 3:30 in the afternoon. I got in a theta brainwave state and got stuck. And I lost an entire evening. I have no idea. I've got some crazy shit written down, though. But I have no idea what I was doing during that time. I was not here. So, there you go. That's the life of an artist. How you like that story? Sounds a little psycho, doesn't it? A little manic. Lost a whole night. I didn't sleep last night. I didn't eat last night. I didn't drink last night. I didn't pee last night. I was sitting here from 11 o'clock to about 4 o'clock the next day in a brain loop. No, I wish I could send you my document, but nobody gets to see that stuff. If you read it, you would think I was insane. If you read it, you would think that I was about to kill somebody. Because it is all just stream of consciousness. It's random thoughts. It's things that have nothing to do with the song. It's whatever comes into my head. And you've heard me talk before, so you know how my head works, kind of. Whatever goes in, goes on the page. So, I'm assuming that whatever thing inside of me that is the songwriter that is not my choice will take over at some point, and I'll write something down that's, good. That's how writers work. Because if they're being honest, they didn't write anything. They didn't come up with anything. It was given to them. I've been saying that since the day I was old enough to start writing. There is some sort of connection to a higher plane that people tap into. That's why you have all kinds of songs that sound exactly the same. Not talking about pop songs where they have a formula that they stick to. But like in the old days, you remember how like David Allan Coe would come out with a song, and George Jones would come out with a song, and Ronnie Milsap would come out with a song, and they'd all three sound exactly the same, but they were in the studio at the same time recording. It's because that's the kind of music that was being produced at that time, and they were all tapped into that consciousness. So they all wrote pretty much the same thing, musically. Same thing with the pyramids. They started building pyramids all over the world at the same time, same period in time, and these people never met each other. They had no idea the other even existed, yet they were building pyramids just like the Egyptians were at the same time, because it's a stream of consciousness thing. Have you ever had an idea and then you heard somebody on TV say the same thing? Has that ever happened to you? Happens to me all the time. It's because I'm thinking. And when you're thinking, ideas pop into your head. I got news for you, in case you didn't know. We are highly sophisticated, autonomous robots. We're machines. We're biological machines. You are not the sum of your parts. There's a thing you would point to your head to describe it, which you would call your mind. But I'm not so sure that's where your mind is, because people get brain damaged all the time and they still have a mind. I think your mind is in heaven and it's plugged in via that silver cord the Bible talks about to your consciousness, to your brain. But I think your consciousness, the thing that makes you who you are, if you didn't have a body, you would still be a you. You understand what I'm saying? If you lay in a float tank or some Epsom salts or something and cut out all other stimuli, where you can be alone with your thoughts and you can't really feel your body and you can't really feel any temperature and everything's perfect and still, you will experience what I'm trying to talk about. It's It's a thing that's separate from your body, and we call it our consciousness. Some people know about it. Some people have no clue that that's the way they are built. But I really firmly believe that when you die, your consciousness just goes back. It just gets separated. And whatever you have in your head is connected to heaven the whole time you're alive. Because I've come up with some stuff that I know I didn't learn anywhere. Like when I'm teaching, for example. Things that I know I don't actually know, and yet it's coming out of my mouth. Explain to me how that happens. I used to call it osmosis because I would learn just by being around things without actually doing it. But there's only so many times you can do something expertly without ever having done it before you start questioning your surroundings. For example, and I'm not bragging, I know it sounds like I am, but I'm using this as an example so you understand my train of thought. I got bored one week and learned to speak and translate Greek and play the piano that week. And now I can play the piano. Like, pretty good. I'm not great at it, but I'm good at it. I'm good enough at it to fool you into thinking I'm good at it, put it that way. I learned it in a week. Name any other person on earth that can do that isn't a savant. And I learned to read, write, and translate Greek that week while I was learning to play the piano. I don't know, Jake. Have you met me? My mind is not that deep. I bet it's deeper than you think it is. I bet you think on a deeper level than most people that I know do. You know how I know? Because my brain is hereditary. I didn't just wake up with it. It came from somewhere. Came from our family line. Both sides. Some on your side and some on my side. Or my dad's side. So I'd be willing to bet that if you put your mind to it, you could think on a very deep level and probably come up with some shit that would surprise you. You'd surprise yourself. I surprise myself all the time. And I can't tell anybody because when I do, they say I'm bragging on myself. I'm like, well, you wasn't here to see it. I'm the only one that saw it. So somebody's got to brag on me, damn it. My mama's dead. Come on. Yeah, my dad was a very smart man. He didn't show it, though. He was ashamed of it. He hid it. He acted dumb. He didn't want people to know he was smart. But this is a man who built a tractor, like a big, big tractor, out of shit laying in a field and went logging with it. And then he built all manner of other things that people still have all over Georgia. Every time I go back to Georgia, I go to somebody's house and they got something my daddy built at their house. Meat tenderizers and rowboats that are made out of inner tubes, and one guy has a truck that's got 2 transmissions and 2 motors in it that my dad put together so that he could walk alongside of it while he was logging and it would keep up with him. So nobody was driving it, it was driving it itself, is basically what I'm saying. And so, yeah, my father was a very smart man. And if he ever applied himself, he also had a friend named Noah that I met a couple of times who, from what I understand, worked for NASA or had contracts with NASA. I don't know if he was an employee of NASA, but he invented things for NASA. And he lived in Oconee at a train station. And he had an electric chair that he sat in every day and electrocuted himself, like a real electric chair, like the kind you kill yourself with. He'd put it on a low voltage and he'd sit in it and fry himself every day. He said it made him a genius. But this guy held 16 patents with NASA, shit that they put up on the moon, or sent to Mars. And he drove an old gremlin, an old green gremlin, and he lived in a train station, in a shed. Imagine that. That's where most genius ends up, by the way. Most people don't have the fortitude to write a paper and become famous like Albert Einstein. Most people never do that. True geniuses, most people don't even know they're geniuses. Hey, Kev, what's up, buddy? I'm a genius. I've been tested. I have an IQ of 162. Here's the catch. I'm a genius in general bullshit. Not math, not science, not anything that could actually help me or you. I just know like random shit. Fun. Thanks, God. Makes me a pretty good talker. Made my dad hate me pretty much. I am a general bullshit genius. One of the only ones alive. I'm sure there's more, I just don't know who they are. Probably all those actors that get real nutty, you know, they're probably geniuses too. You know, the ones that'll take a role and lose themselves for 2 years and get found in a refrigerator somewhere because they lost too much weight and went a little mental, playing a role. What's up? The Dodgers by 1 in the top of the 3rd. What's up? Go Rays. I think that would come in handy one day, though. What's that? General bullshit? Comes in handy all the time during conversations. Being interesting, you know, I'm an all-around interesting dude, but I can't, like, write any equations or anything. I can see in 3 dimensions in my mind. I can, like, figure shit out in 3 dimensions in my mind, but I can't write it out. I can't translate it to paper. It does me no good. I can invent things in my head, but I can't articulate it because for whatever reason. I don't know why. All I know is that it's frustrating. You know, now they have a name for it. It's called AHDH. When I was a kid, it was called retarded. It was called retarded, and you get smacked in the back of the head for it. Kind of probably why I'm not a real genius. You ever thought about that? April is with all 3 of the grandchildren. Oh, okay. I bet it is. It is. It's nice to know that I have an outlet, though, now. I would have loved to have a live stream when I was 15. You would not believe the shit I could have done if I had this when I was 15. But it didn't exist. So I played with a camcorder instead. But if I was a 15-year-old right now, I'd be ruling YouTube. I'd be up all night because, remember, I used to sleep 4 hours a day. And the rest of the time I was bouncing off the damn walls. Remember that? I hadn't been that guy in a long time. But I miss that guy. I still feel him twinge up about 4:30 every morning, and I'm like, I'm going to get up and do something, and by 6 o'clock, I'm exhausted. But about 4:30 every morning, I feel that guy rising up, welling up inside of me. And I'm like, oh, shit, I'm going to get a lot done today. I got all kinds of plans. I'm excited. 6 o'clock rolls around. Never happens. Why put off to today what you can do tomorrow? Why do today what you can put off until tomorrow? That's what I meant to say. They say there's a fine line between genius and insanity. Yes, there is. And I know you wrote mental, but you meant insanity. Mental and insane are 2 different things. Man, I wish that thing would go away. That's really worrying me. I think I got throat cancer or something. It's not going away. I coughed up a big old mouthful of old blood this morning. It seemed old. It didn't seem like I was bleeding anywhere. It just seemed like it was, red fluid. I think I got COVID back in January, and I think it screwed up my bronchial tubes. I think it damaged me because I hadn't been right since January. Great Sky Troll, what's up, buddy? I'm on your TV. Can you see? Can you see? Can you see my heart beating? I'm so excited to be. Geez, Jake, go to the doctor. Can't afford to keep you awake. I'm not going to go to the doctor. I don't want to know. If I have cancer, I want to fall over dead when it's time. I don't want to sit and dread it. I know it's going to happen. It's killed everybody in my family on both sides. It's been circling me since the day I was born. I'm under no illusions thinking I'm going to get away with it. Believe me, I'm well aware it's going to happen. When is a different story, but I'm not going to sit dreading it. I'm not going to sit fretting about the end of my life coming up. I'm just going to live until I can't live no more. If there's something I can fix, I'll fix it. If they come out with a new medicine, I'll take it. But I'm not doing chemo. I'm not cutting my damn tongue or my tonsils out or my vocal cords. You can forget that. Because I believe that more than likely, if I wait around long enough, my body will heal itself eventually. Because bodies have a way of doing that. And doctors like to cut shit out in a hurry. And I don't believe in that. The only reason you should ever cut anything off of me is if it's dead. If it still has life in it, leave it alone. It might heal. You got to put one of them little holes in me, so be it, but you ain't cutting my throat out. I heard what they did to Mike. It didn't sound like it was pleasant. So I'm not going to be doing all that. I'm sure he's happy about it now because he's lived a lot longer, right? Than he would have. Is that correct? I'm just assuming. I really don't know what I'm talking about. No, he has no voice box now. I know, but what I'm saying is if they hadn't cut it out, he'd have died, right? Okay, that's what I thought. So I'm sure he's happy about it now, but I bet he wasn't happy about it when it happened. And he's not a singer or a talker. I am. That seems just like a waste to me, cutting that stuff out. I kind of need that stuff. If they can repair it, great. If they can't repair it, leave it alone. Maybe my body can eventually. Excuse me. Or maybe not. But I'm not going to just cut it out. He's been battling sickness ever since, but he's cancer-free now. That's wonderful. I'm really glad to hear that. I was worried about him for a while. But you understand where I'm coming from. I'm already too old. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not making it anywhere. This is it. This is what I get to do for the rest of my life and feel like I'm doing something important to the 4 people that care about watching me. If it never grows, that's fine. If it ever grows, that's fine too. But I'm under no illusions. However, I'm not just going to handicap myself and, cut my foot off to spite my face. It just doesn't seem logical to me. Well, yeah, you do. You're going through it. In a certain way. Don't you have problems right now? Problems you hadn't told me about? Don't you have issues that you haven't told me about? Because you don't want me worrying about you? Or running down there to take care of you and fighting with everybody that's there? Because that's the kind of guy I am. You got something going on with your bottom half, right? Bladder or liver or something. You understand that I'm operating off of information that I got from my own head, so I don't exactly know what I'm talking about, but you had cancer, but they removed it, okay. Because you hadn't told me, and neither has anybody else, but I know things. Little things. Things that don't help. Kevin, I have a problem. Darlene has problems. April has problems, but Great Sky Troll has no worries. Great Sky Troll is a Viking. I know. I went toe-to-toe with him. He's a vicious, giant Viking. I'm just getting old. Had bladder cancer, but they took it out twice. That's excellent. I'm glad that they got rid of it. I'm hoping they're right on the verge. I mean, they're right there at it. Some hospitals even have it. A new treatment for cancer that works on most cancer. The only cancer it don't work on is small cell lung cancer, which is probably the one I'll end up with. But the rest of the cancers, it's like almost 100% working. They're in the testing phases now. And I'm hoping that if I get in that boat, I'll be able to take that medication and skate on through and live a few years more, see my kids grow up. That's like the game plan for me. A Minnesota Viking or a real axe-wielding Viking? A real axe-wielding Viking. He's Nordic as shit. He's my cousin. He's a McCoy. That means something down there. Know what I mean, Vern? See? Don't worry, Great Sky Troll. I got your back, baby. I ain't gonna let nobody give you no shit about your ponytail. What you got going on, Great Sky Troll? You got anything interesting happening in Georgia tonight? Talk to Uncle Jake. Who's a McCoy? Great Sky Troll's a McCoy. You know, like the Hatfields and McCoys? Only twice removed. Oh, now I can respond. Well, respond away, buddy boy. Tell me what's been going on with yourself. Tell all these folks what kind of Viking you are. You do have various accents, I know. You live in Georgia. It's kind of a prerequisite. It's like a must-have, like shoes in New York. There used to been a Robert McCoy that used to come to Hilltop. When we had it, I remember him. Yep, that's my cousin, Robert McCoy. That's somebody's elder. I don't know why I'm being so personable tonight. Sorry, Great Sky Troll. I ain't trying to give you secrets away. Swords, various armors, and some freedom seeds. Freedom seeds? What's a freedom seed? Mi padre, that's correct. Roberto is mi hospe padre. Guess what I can't do? Speak Spanish. You think Debbie had a crush on him years ago? Probably so. He was a strapping young man. He looked like a... Remember back in the day when you used to go buy that big roll of paper towels that had that big lumberjack on it? That brawny guy? You remember those? Do they still make those? That's what Robert McCoy looked like when he was a young man. Big old filthy beard and strong shoulders and super tall, perfect features. Made me sick to my stomach with my old crooked face. I've always been jealous of them, McCoys. Sons of bitches always got all the pride and all the happiness and all the stick-togetherness, and I live in the old house that everybody runs from. It's a good, strong family is what I'm saying. He's still a good-looking fella. He just looks, like he fell in a vat of flour now. White everywhere. Last time I saw him, anyway. Of course, I only saw him through a window because he's kind of cagey. I was in his house for 24 hours, and I saw him through a window once. It was a scary house. Well, it wasn't a scary house. There was just some scary shit going on at that house. I've always been proud of you guys, though, the way that your family's tight and sticks together and talks highly of each other. My family don't do that. Not too much, anyway. Wow. Wow what? Hint scary house. I didn't ask for it. I was just born into it. Most of the family on my mother's side I hadn't seen in 20 years or better. Most of them. With the exception of the ones that have come here. For whatever reason. Most of them I don't even know. There's a bunch of them out there. I just don't know any of them. They got a family reunion every year. And I've been there a few times and I was like, these are all strangers. I know none of these people. They're not family. I'm leaving. They are family, I just don't know any of them. Didn't grow up with any of them. Never met any of them. Some of us, I know you do. I'm not talking about you. When you hear me say something, understand that I've considered present company in it and have excluded it. I would never say something like that to hurt your feelings. If I thought that, I wouldn't say it out loud in front of you. But I don't think that. I think very highly of you, and I know you think good thoughts about me, so you're not who I'm talking about. But there are some that I am talking about, and you know who they are. Haven't spoken to my sister since her marriage. Really? That's terrible. Don't she live like right down the road from you? Don't even know many of them either. Really? I thought you did know them. Aunt Rose seems to know them. I'm not even sure she's on either side of my family. But she's always been super friendly with them family reunion folks. And I'm like, most of them look like child molesters, and I'm very uncomfortable here. Thank God I haven't had to go there since I was a child. Because if I went there now, can you imagine how that would go? I mean, knowing me, can you imagine what would happen to that place within a matter of minutes? It wouldn't even take a minute. I'm giving myself 10 minutes and I'd have the place cleared out. I have kids, she has kids, our kids communicate for us. I have kids and my kids don't communicate for me or with me. I know my cousin's Aunt Edna's kids and a few of my mother's brother's kids, but that's all. I don't even know them. I've heard the names, but I've never met them before, and if I did, I don't remember them. Maybe in passing, I might recognize them if I saw them walking by me, like, oh, I've seen you before, but I wouldn't know who they were. I've got a few on my side that way, too. There's a couple of Irby Lees and Horses and a couple other names that I know. I'm supposed to know. I've met them before, but if they walked by me, I wouldn't recognize them. Plus, Lana calls me. Well, then you have heard from her. You said you hadn't heard from her. If she calls you, you've heard from her. I live above my sister. If I didn't live above my sister, I wouldn't have been seen her in probably 5 years by now. And we live in the same town. It's just, we're busy. She doesn't dislike me. She just doesn't have any reason to go looking after me. She's got plenty of her own stuff to do. But she calls. And I call her, and I go down and talk to her every now and then. I'm Robert Lars McCoy's least child. Least or youngest? I don't think you're the least. I think you're one of the smartest. At least you were when I was there. You may have dumbed down considerably, I don't know, but when I was there, you gave me a run for my money. And that's hard to do. They don't have reunions anymore, that I know of. And I haven't been to one in many, many years. I didn't know they didn't have them anymore. I thought they had them every year, quite like clockwork. I think they moved around a few times, but I thought they still had them. There's 2 of them, isn't there? There's a Scarborough one, which I know that I ain't got nothing to do with. And then there's the other one, which I don't even know the name to that one. Allen, I guess. Seems like there was 2 of them. One was at Bluebird Springs or something like that, and the other one was somewhere else. Or maybe I'm just getting 2 different times confused of the same event. If Lana calls me, I'll grab the shovel. She won't call me unless she's hiding a body. Understood. I bet y'all felt that way about me for a long time. I'd only come around once every 10 years. And only stay for a day. And I did that for most of my life until I moved up there from Florida. That day you found me in that barn drying out, that was my exodus back home, and I stayed there for a long time. The only reason I came here is because my mama got sick, and I didn't know how bad it was going to be, and I wanted to be close in case she needed me. If that hadn't happened, I'd still be in Georgia. And then I had kids, and now I can't leave because I'm bound by them. But if I had my druthers, I'd be living in Georgia right now. Promise. I'd be right there on the branch, somewhere, probably on one of David Story's lots. Because he already told me he'd break me off a piece if I ever wanted to come home. No, after Aunt Edna and Uncle Buddy died, they kind of died too. I got you. They had a Scarborough and Stapleton. That's the other one. Okay. That's the one that I ain't got nothing to do with, right? The other one, Scarborough, is the one I do have something to do with. Which is weird because I'm mostly Native American. I don't have a lot of Irish in me at all, but apparently I'm related to some Scarboroughs. Oh, yeah, my lucky germs. I've never been to a Stapleton one. I have, I think. I remember being at one anyway. Seemed like it. Or maybe they just came to our reunion, but I remember a lot of Stapletons. You got to understand that surgery I had when I was 6 years old screwed my brain up. I've got like still images of that period of time in my memories, like photographs. I have no moving memories of that period in my life. It's like a swath is cut out. I've got almost total recall. I can remember being in the hospital when I was 6 months old, and I can tell you details about what was going on in the room while I was there. I can tell you what the people looked like that were in the room and how many of them there were and what they were wearing and what they were toting around with them. I can tell you what the room looked like. I was 6 months old. I remember that. But I can't remember shit from 6 years old and any time around that. So if it happened during that period of time, I'm liable to screw the memory up in my head. Butcher Lynn's child, and her mother was a Scarborough. Was she? Yeah, that's right. Sorry. See? I did it again. I was thinking Stapleton, and I said Scarborough. I thought she was an Allen. That must have been JB, right? JB was the Allen? They used to all come to ours, the Stapletons. So that's what I'm remembering then, them all coming to ours at Bluebird. And those awkward moments of boys trying to pick girls up at the skating rink who were their cousins, which was really weird. And now you know, no one's half the battle. That's amazing. Our father, JB, was Allen. Yes. Lynn was an Allen. Was she? I thought she was a Scarborough. Yeah, I guess that would have been her last name because that was her dad. Huh. Then she married my dad and became a Johnson. But before that, she was a Flores. And God only knows what else before that. I've only had one last name. And now I have two. Do you know my other last name? Lynn was Allen, yes. So I got that Scots-Irish in me. Because Allen comes from McKillen, not the Irish side. I'm kind of worried about that because all that I've ever heard about our family came from Ireland and through England. But that last name is most definitely Scottish. So I think there was some Scotch-Irish going on there. It's probably why I can do the Braveheart accent a lot easier than I can do the Lucky Charms accent. Comes to my mouth better. Alan Flores Johnson, that's right. I didn't know if she'd had any forays before Tony or not. Always leave room for the unknowns, what I say. Especially if you sound like a pirate and you're on TV every day. I need to start wearing an eye patch. Be my gimmick. I'm looking at you with my bad eye. No? You don't want to see me in an eye patch? And I can turn it up and look at you every now and then? Where's April at tonight? She's usually home by now. I know she's got the grandkids, but she ain't even got her phone on her. And where did Kevin go? And Great Sky Troll? They just bowed out. Damn. It's just you and me, I think. Let me see. Yep. And then there were two. I hadn't got them yet. I was supposed to go today to pick them up, and I got caught in a time loop. My net dropped. I'm glad you're back. I hate it when that happens. I gotta reschedule my eye appointment because the contacts they gave me were too weak, and I couldn't read. I could see fine, but I couldn't read. Little small print. So I asked them to jack it up, and they wouldn't just give me the next stronger pair. They want to bring me back in and examine me again. Probably just to make money. But I'm going to tell you what, it almost ain't worth it. I can tell you that right now. First of all, poking my finger in my eye repeatedly to get the contact to stick to my eye because I have small eyelids. I have, beady eyes. I can't open my eyes any wider than they're already open. That's pretty much it. So I've got to force them in. So that means I'm touching my eyeball repeatedly with my fingers, which is going to invite lots of infections in my eyes and scratches and other things. And plus, they're $70 a box, and you only get a week's supply in a box. I'd almost rather just have a pair of glasses. Sounds like a lot of effort to not wear glasses. However, I'm going to give it a shot because I've never worn them before. Yes, I understand. I miss those days of having babies. But you can tune and, catch things. And tell them to shut the hell up and send them to bed on some trumped up charges. Maybe just get some better glasses. Yeah. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get the contacts too so that I can perform and not have to wear glasses. But I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to invest in a set of, what do you call those sunglasses that I wear? Great Sky Troll, do you know? Aviators. I think I'm going to invest in a set of aviator frames and put tinted prescription lenses in them so that I can wear sunglasses and see. It's very hard to do. You've got to come to terms with touching your own eye. And you really have to touch your eye, and not blink. Sorry, I'm watching you on TV. It has no chat. Well, that's no good. How can you communicate with somebody with no chat? Can't you put the chat on your phone and watch the video on the TV? Seems like that would work. I don't know much about it, though. I've got big TVs, but I don't have a good big TV. I got old big TVs. There are 3, 4, 5 and consistently hollering grandma. Oh, I bet they are a handful at 3, 4, and 5. Boo. Hey, Brian, what's up, buddy? Hadn't seen you in a long time. Good to see you. You gonna stick around for a minute, or you just gonna pop in and pop out? Yeah, I've always wanted to do that, but it's gonna cost me like $300 to get the lenses made because they're so much bigger. But I like the bigger lenses because they cover up a lot of this ugly. That's why I wear them. I wear the oversized aviators. They're not actually legal sunglasses. They're like too big, but they look good on my face. But you put them on a normal person and you look like Elton John. Somebody ain't got as big a head as I do. Said aviators just before you did. Psychic. Well, I was asking you what they were called because I couldn't think of it. That's exactly how I'm chatting now. Gotcha. It's been a while. Yes, it has, Brian. Good to see you, buddy. Hey, Darlene. Yes. But let's keep the personal stuff out of the chat. It was my mistake for saying it, but yes, you're right. Tankhead. You must be talking about Brian. At least that's what my mom said. I don't know, I've had some conversations with your mom. Lots and lots. We used to sit out on that swing for hours. I loved your mama. She was my best friend for a little while. Hey, Brian. Brain. Oh, sorry. Oh, no, that's all right. It's not your fault. I just, with the way the world is today, I don't like to give away personal information because you never know who's watching, and somebody might get a wild hair up their ass and decide to dock somebody or cause somebody some problems, and I don't want that to be my fault. What is that, Jake? Why is what, Jake? I missed something. Why is what, Brian? I'm sure he does. Remember you from Hilltop. That seems like that was kind of the place to be for a while. Okay, I know who you is. I know who you is too. I asked who or meant to. I know now. Sorry, misspelled. Who? I lost something too, because I have no idea what he's talking about. First thing I saw him say was, "Why is that, Jake?" I don't even know what I said to make him say that. Oh, Roberto used to go to Hilltop on a regular basis, and my family used to own Hilltop and work there. That's where my mom met my dad, and you know who was met there too? Know what I mean? So he probably remembers, is what I'm saying, because it seems like that was the place to go in Sandersville for a while, like the hangout spot. I used to hear stories about my daddy driving up there in a souped up car with an alternator sticking out of the hood or something. I was only like 12. Yeah. My mom was like 18, right? Or something like that. I did too, and that's why I was able to wander around at 10 years old. Mm-hmm. Also, because you live in the swamp and there's nothing there that can hurt you other than animals, which you're accustomed to because you live there. You couldn't wander around here at 10 years old, where I live. Somebody'd kidnap you or run over you or shoot you. Yeah, he had a badass car. Yeah, I heard stories about him having badass cars. He always was working on one or building one or something. I never got to see any of that because he didn't have a badass car when I lived with him, but we walked most everywhere we went most of the time. We had an old white Plymouth for a while and a blue Cadillac for a while and a Jeep for a couple of weeks. As far as I'm concerned, he probably had that thing for a long time, but I only saw it for a day or two. The hole in the wall, Hilltop, Dawson, the river barn. I guess so. That place right up above where I used to live on 24 in that trailer. That's where she's talking about. That little building up there that's been torn down and they've been trying to rebuild for years and probably never will. He used to take us swimming at the chalk hole. Is it still there? I don't think so. I know there's some water there, but the chalk hole's been covered up, I think. I'm not sure. I'm talking about the one that was there when I was a kid. There used to be a big one at the end of the road. Now there's a dump site there. But there used to be a big, deep, bright turquoise swimming hole there, and the water was probably polluted with radioactivity because it was bright turquoise. We used to swim in that when I was a kid. Yeah, Brian, what do you have to say? Different speakeasies? Glasscock County is there now? Oh, okay. So they finally did do something with that building? That's interesting. That building sat empty as long as I lived there, with the rafters showing the whole time, like 10 years. I've always heard that when Danny Yates's mama owned hilltop that it was also a brothel. Well, there is some stories that I've heard about my family from back when that could corroborate that, but it's only hearsay and only from one source, so I can't guarantee its authenticity. However, that kind of thing was happening regularly back in the war days. You had to go over a wooden bridge to get to it. The charcoal? Maybe. Seems like I remember a wooden bridge. I don't know. But I know that they moved the end of that road, the Panther Branch, they moved the end of it like 4 times in my lifetime. It used to be at several different locations, and they keep moving it because they kept digging holes. They'd move the road to go around the hole that way, and then they'd move the road to go around the hole that way. They finally settled on a spot which is really far back from where it used to be originally. It took me a while to get used to it because I'd pass it all the time. Or maybe I didn't pass it. I was riding. I was a child, so I was in the car when it passed all the time. We hauled in earth from Glasscock County to reclaim those charcoals. Gotcha. Yes. And again, a few months ago. Did they move it again? Holy shit. I thought they paved it. I thought it was all paved now. How can they move it when it's been paved? No, I guess you could just break it up and change it, huh? Well, damn it, man. They just ain't ever gonna leave that road alone, are they? I don't even want to go down there anymore. My heart's been broken. The last time I went down there and saw the homestead, and it never was a beautiful place, and it's always been a rundown shithole, but it was my rundown shithole, and it was everybody else's rundown shithole. And when I saw it the last time, I just couldn't even look at it. I had to leave, and I've never had... Used to, I longed to go home. I longed for the dirt in the driveway. I longed for the smell of the barns. I could lay awake at night aching for my home. I haven't had that feeling since the last time I saw the place. And I used to have that feeling all the time, growing up and even as an adult, until I lived there again for the 3rd time. It's been repaved. I guess that's a good thing. We used to steal a few beers and head out in the woods. Good times. That sounds like good times. I used to go swimming at the charcoal with Brian Johnson and Pep Prosser and get buck-ass naked and jump in and blow up tires and all kinds of crazy shit when I was a teenager. Remember that, Brian Johnson? Crazy bastard at the Hell Mines, which I couldn't even tell you how to get to now. What's on 88? What's on 88? Are you talking up above LaGrange? I'm going tomorrow to see a McCoy and a Story. Ooh. Haven't been in a while. Hey, please tell them I said hello and I love them. Please do that. Tell them I'm thinking about them and I hadn't forgot that they exist. And tell them to come check out my podcast, please. Especially the Story. I think you'd get a kick out of some of it. I'm sorry, Brian. I can't control what you do. Lamau. Panther Branch. Panther Branch is on 88 in LaGrange? That's not possible. You'd have to go through Sandersville. How the hell did that happen? Did they change Highway 88? Redirect it down 24? Or just rename 24 88? Because it used to be 24 right up till you got to LaGrange. Or whatever that place, I guess it's LaGrange. I may be thinking of a town here, but I think it's LaGrange. Something ZZ Top sounding. You don't think the branch has internet yet? Yep, on both. So they changed the name of Highway 24 to 88 all the way down. Okay. I may not ever be able to find my way back home. They keep changing the shit. I went through Augusta one time, the last time I was down there, and it was flat as a pancake, and there was a river crossing the highway, Highway 1, which was never there before. I don't know how they did that. I've walked that road with my feet. I know there's no river on that road. There's a river there now, big enough for boats to go through, like big boats, and a bridge. There's no bridge on that road. Nothing's bigger than one of those little, go across a gully kind of things. This is a actual bridge. I don't know how they did that. Talk about moving some dirt, moving some mountain. That must be all that shit Brian Johnson is hauling out of Sandersville. On that big old truck he is. Hauling the mountain away. Sorry I had to speak to April and order a pizza and wings. That sounds delicious. I'm starving to death. I haven't eaten since yesterday. I'm going to make me a pizza when I get done here. All fall line freeway now. It's always been fall line freeway for a long time. I don't know if all of it was, but that was the name of the road, fall line freeway. Or fall line or whatever. But it was Highway 24 all the way up past the road that turns off to go to Sandersville. There's 2 roads that go to Sandersville. Well, 3, but one's on the other side. But when you get up to that third one, then it's Highway 88 and goes into Rennes. That's what I remember. Now he's saying all of it's Highway 88. I'm confused. I don't know why they would even do that. I guess to connect Rennes to Milledgeville. Rennes to Milledgeville. Yep. Almost totaled my truck going to see Pops. I'm sorry to hear that. Rennes is where I haul, never Sandersville. I know, I'm just teasing you, buddy. I thought you hauled like to Atlanta or something. Didn't know they had changed the road. I'm not going to order one. I'm going to cook one. I've got those little personal pizzas that you can get from the dollar store, because I'm a po-ass white boy. I ain't making no money, man. I got to eat store-bought pizza. It's fine. Tastes just like regular pizza. From Rome to Augusta. How do you get to Rome? I don't remember how to get there. I know it's out there. I used to know some people in Athens, Georgia. It ends in Rome. I delivered windows to that end of 88. I did not know that. I thought that road just went straight to Milledgeville and dead-ended on that road that turned into Milledgeville. I got somewhat bad news today. Not going to tell you on here, though. Well, why'd you tell me you got bad news? Text me. Tell me what's up, man. Please do tell me, because I'm interested. Text my phone. Darlene, give me the name of the place. I'll order you one. Oh. Build a bridge. Huh. Well, I went through this before with Lakeland, Florida. I lived there for 15 years or 16 years. And in that time, I had left to go to Georgia for a while. And while I was gone, the city grew up around where I lived exponentially. And I was only gone a few years, and when I got back, I didn't recognize anything. All the streets had changed. They were malls and buildings and places that were never malls and buildings before. Roads, names were changed. They didn't connect up where they used to connect up. They had different medians and shit everywhere. And I was lost. So I kind of lost out on that home. And now they're doing it to Georgia. I won't be able to find my way around no damn where. I'll just stay in my damn room, talk to the computer. Turns out there was a road on the other side of the river. Oh, Lakeland? I don't know if I want to see it now. I've seen internet shots of downtown areas, places where they got like these little parks and shit that rich people put up to make themselves feel better. It looks ridiculous. I don't know if I'd want to even go there. I used to hang out downtown. It don't look nothing the same no more. Turns out there's a road on the other side of the river. Which river? You talking about the one that was never there before in Rennes? Or, I mean, on the way to Augusta? Or are you talking about Deep Step Road or whatever it's called? Deep Run, Deep Step, whatever the hell it is. Google Map, huh? Google Map only helps if you don't know where you're going. If you kind of recognize things and it's telling you to go places that you know you're not supposed to go because you've been there before, but that everything's changed and that's the way you go now, then it just gets confusing. So it's kind of a waste. Nope, it's all changed. Says your number's a landline. No, 253-2655. 252-253-2655. Or get on Facebook and text me through Messenger. Oconee River, got you. That's on the other side of the branch, right? That's what, 270, 264? No, 272, something like that. I know it's 3 numbers. Bridge over Oconee River. New bridge over Oconee River. Okay. That's in Sandersville, right? Like on the way from the back way? I'm so lost. 88, bro, was 24. Yeah, I got you. So there's a river crossing 88 now, too? Seems like there might have been one of those in a couple places, but like going down the old hill, there might have been a piece of a bridge in a couple of places that I remember. But I don't remember no big thrawling river going through there, like a boatway or anything. I know there's some lake areas in Milledgeville and on the Rome. So you go through like Baldwin County. What's that place called over there? That Indian Eatonton? Is that what it's called? Is that how you go that way? Like going back towards Sinclair? Seems like I'm beginning to remember some of it. I actually knew my way around Milledgeville because I lived there for quite a long time. But I can't remember which road I take to go to Rome. But it doesn't matter. I'm just talking shit. I'm not ever going to go there again. And if I do, I'll figure it out when I get there. Still waiting on that text, bro. Not a landline. 252-253-2655. Send me a text. Hey. Like, subscribe, and share. Press the like button. Press the subscribe button. Hit the bell icon. Follow the links in the description below. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you're thinking. Go to paypal.me/JakeJohnsonBand. Help a brother out. You sent the messenger. Well, let me get my other phone then. The one with messenger on it. Also, not a landline. No, not Facebook. Messenger. Which is for some reason rainbow colored now, and it messes with my eyes, and I don't like it. Because I'm old, and I don't like things like that. Hey. April, what's up, dear? Nice to see you. Anyway, Mr. Impatient over there. I tell you what, when I need to figure out how to get through Buffalo Swamp, me and you'll talk. Because I know you know the way through there. And I can probably find my way too, because it can't have changed that much back there. Can't have. I would be sore disappointed if they'd ripped all that up. Well, go to bed, brother. I'm carrying on an AB conversation. See your way out. It's not my fault. I'm not the one that didn't want to talk about it. Oh boy, I know I'm late. I have all 3 boys, yay. Go to bed, Great Sky Troll. Get you some rest, buddy. Or you can just hang out with us and talk shit until you pass out. That's what I'm doing. I might pass out in a few minutes. Been known to happen. Hey, April, are you all right with all the boys? Top of the 5th, Dodgers 5, Rays 0. Uh-oh. We need to come back. Go Rays. I think the Rays will be all right. They made it a long way. Oh, there. Yes, ma'am, they are precious. She is fine with the boys. They had a lot of fun at my office. Now, to lead them up with pizza and sweets. Load them up with pizza and sweets. Man, I can't see where they're shit. And by the time I cash out, I'll be broke. I beat you to it. I'm already broke. I know they are, but I'm glad you got them. And not me. Much needed break. I bet you do need a break chasing after all them youngins. You done it 3 or 4 times. Time for you to take a break. Damn. Come get your damn youngins. I'll be done put them all on a leash and stuck them out in the yard. Hit them with a water hose. I got more money for you, babe. That was meant for April. I'm not calling Jake babe. You can call me babe. I am a construction worker after all. I'm kind of used to it. When I first moved to Georgia, I called everybody babe when I went to work because that's what they do in Florida. And they thought I was the weirdest somebody that ever walked in. And they got used to it quickly. I guess my long hair didn't do them any favors. They thought I was coming on to them or something for a little while. I will, Jake. Hey, babe. Good. Please do. And if you need anything, call me, asshole. I will come a-running. No questions asked. Stop acting like you the only sumbitch out there in the woods by yourself. You have a family. I can motivate you to get up. You think I can't? Try me. You might be tall, but that's all. And I'm scary when I need to be. Hey, hey, hey. Okay, Jake. I mean, babe. I will, Jake. Hey, babe. Lamau. Hey, it's okay, babe. We're all here together. I'm comfortable with my sexuality. I'm an outie, not an innie. Which means I can get as freaky as I want to get and it don't bother nobody. And I do get freaky occasionally. I'm in a pretty good mood tonight. Can't breathe worth a shit, but I'm having a good time. Hope you guys are having as much fun as I'm having. Just hanging out and talking shit. I sure do love being around you guys. I sorely miss my family most of the time. Most of my life is dealing with drunk people because of the job that I do. Just about all of my social interactions are with people who are drunk or high on something. And it's so nice to just have people to hang out with and not have to pretend like I'm somebody I'm not. So thank y'all all for that. Whether you know you're helping me or not, you are. The babe with the power of the voodoo. Hoodoo, you do what? Remind me of the babe. What babe? The babe with power. $10 says you cannot tell me where that came from originally. Bitch can't, bitch can't, bitch can't, bitch can't, bitch can't, bitch can't. I'm not talking to you, darling. Keep your mouth shut. You remind me of the babe. Rays just got their first hit. Sweet. Go Rays. Get off your ass and win a game. Damn. Stop making my man have a heart attack. $10 is on the line. And I'm not talking to Darlene. Where did that come from originally? And I'll give you a hint. It doesn't have the word babe in it. It's, you remind me of a man. The man of power. What power? The power of voodoo. Hoodoo. You do. Do what? Remind me of a man. What man? The man with the power. The power of the voodoo. Ooh. I wish I had echo right now. That'd be awesome. Ray's just got... Oh, I already read that. Nobody knows, do they? Nobody knows the trouble I see. Nobody knows my sorrows. I could if you hadn't said something. Brain fart. Comes from the movie The Bachelor and Bobby. The Bachelor and the Bobby, 1947. The Bachelor and the Bobby from 1947 is where the movie that it comes from. I'm telling you this like I knew that. No, neither one of you know. The reason I told you not to answer is because you would have answered the labyrinth, and that's not the right answer. That's the second or third time that has been used. It's actually an old poem, and there's a lot more to it than just what was said on TV. It could be traced back to the Byzantine Empire. I just made that up. No, it sounded good, though. But it can be traced back to 1947. The Bachelor and the Bobby, which is an Irish tune. Oh, the Bachelor and the Bobby. Only Irish people call women Bobby. Or Australians. I think they call them Sheilas. Yes. Oh, Sheilas. I've seen Braveheart 50 times. 50. I could be right, but you might be wrong too. That's right, lassie. Wee doggy. I've lost my freaking mind. Brian, did you hear what happened to me last night? Were you in here when I told the story of what happened to me last night? I think everybody else is caught up to it. But read. Read what? What are you telling me to read? I could if you hadn't said something. Brain fart. That's the last thing you said. Labyrinth is the wrong answer. Brian then says yes. Then he says read. Well, what are we discussing reading? The labyrinth? That's the wrong answer. I didn't know that. No, it does not come from the labyrinth. They used it, but it comes from the Bachelor and the Bobby from 1947. That was the first time it was used in a movie. And it's you remind me of the man, not the babe. And then, if I'm not mistaken, Laurel and Hardy or one of those teams, comedy teams, did a version of it. It seems like I remember something similar on a sketch show. And then it was used by David Bowie in The Labyrinth as an afterthought because they needed to come up with something for spooky for him to do that wasn't written in the script. And he came up with that on his own. Of course, he can't defend himself. He's dead now, but I'm pretty sure I'm right about that. But because it was in the labyrinth doesn't mean that it came from the labyrinth, which is why it was a trick question, which is why I'm keeping my $10. In preparation for the boys getting home, I am drinking an old-fashioned, and I think many more may be needed. By the way, April is wonderful with the boys. I know that. Just don't piss her off, boys. You'll be fine. Stay away from sharp objects. Don't tell her she's akin to a cow. The Rays scored. Yes. It's a comebacker. Comebacker. It's a comeback. It's a come on my back. Comebacker. Comebacker. I know pirate tune, but it's dirty. I know a pirate's tune. Yes, I know the pirate's tune. It's hilarious. I used to love it when y'all sang those things. I can remember some of it. I can only remember like 2 lines from it, so it's not going to happen. But Brian could probably do it. Hey, Brian, won't you Skype in and sing a song for everybody? I don't even know if I can do that. Surely I can. Send it to me in a message. I'll play it over the microphone. Can Jake sing it? I can't sing, son. My throat is shot. Can't you hear my talking? I do have a guitar and I can play, but I can't sing. I think my singing days are over. I may have a good day here and there, but I don't think I'm going to get my voice back. I think I got COVID-19 in January, and I think it ruined my vocal cords. Barnacle Bell the Sailor, that's correct. That's the one I was thinking of. Anyway, I was trying to tell you a story. Did I tell you what happened to me last night? I sat down at 11 o'clock p.m. to start writing a song that I'd been working on for a while. And I got into a higher function brainwave thing, like a theta brainwave thing, where I was doing stream of consciousness and just kind of writing everything that I was thinking. And I got stuck. And I heard a weird noise, and I looked up, and it was 3:30 in the afternoon. I have no idea what happened to the night. I lost a whole night. I was just stuck in a brain loop. I got some crazy ass shit wrote down, though. It's really fantastic stuff that I can probably make 5 songs out of when I'm done. And some stuff I'd never let anybody read because it's terrifying, but I have no idea what I wrote. I've been reading it back going, wow, what the hell was I thinking? That doesn't even rhyme. It's genius, but it don't rhyme. And I lost a whole night. And I'm not kidding. And I wouldn't sing it in front of the ladies anyway, you know that. I only say the F word when it's useful. And yes, thank you, Brian, for being a gentleman and a scholar and a gentleman who can't be bothered to say you're welcome. What does VW stand for? Wiener Schnitzel? I'm just teasing you, brother. Having a good time at your expense, that's all. There was another song that went along with that one that used to be sang quite regularly in the same period of time. Do you remember what that one was? Because I don't. I just remember that it was another one that was equally as funny. And it might have been modeled after a log in the bottom of the sea, but I can't remember for sure. Seems like there was 2 or 3 of those funny songs that we used to sing quite regularly. I'd sure love to be able to sing again, I can tell you that. I kind of miss it. I'm going to have to go into my catalog and cut videos up of all of my previous works and re-broadcast because my singing days are probably over. Unless some kind of miracle happens. I don't see it happening. I've been no voice for 6 months now. As a matter of fact, I've got to turn down a job next week because I was just hired to play a show, and there's no way I can do it. And you want to talk about pissing me off? I don't like that at all. I need that money. But I don't know anybody that can sing like I can, so... The one person I did know now lives on a cruise ship, so he's not coming back for the gig. Who could actually step in and do my job for me. Those are few and far between, believe me. I can't even do my job right now. That's how bad it is. I'm going to try tomorrow to do something, but I don't think it's going to happen. I can't even string a sentence together without missing parts of my voice. Just goes out on me. Told Darlene I was going to start wearing a eye patch since I sound so much like a pirate these days. I just start every broadcast with "Arg, top of the morning to you, scallywag," and all that other stuff. She doesn't like it. One day I'm going to be up here going, she don't like that one either. You don't what? You're talking in half sentences. I have no idea what you meant. I don't. Put another log on the fire. Oh, you don't remember. Gotcha. Put another log? That may have been it. Put another log on the fire? That sounds right. Is that the one about telling the wife to go get some beans and do a bunch of work? Seems like that's the right one I'm thinking of. Pizza is here. Yes. What kind of pizza did you get? You didn't put none of those gay anchovies on there, did you? I ain't eating none if you put anchovies on it. That's not good. Fish should not be on a pizza. Neither should pineapples. Pineapples and pizzas are two different trees. Just like lemons and teas are two different trees. I'll never understand why Yankees put lemons in tea. Makes no sense to me at all. Be like putting some motor oil in my Mountain Dew. If I wanted lemon juice, I'd have ordered it. That sucks, Jake. I'm sorry. What sucks, honey? Oh, not being able to sing anymore? Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. I've been fretting over it for quite some time now, but I've kind of come to terms with it because there's not much I can do about it. I've done everything under the sun to get better, and it just ain't getting better. I'm not sick. I don't have any problems. I just can't talk. So there's clearly something going on in there. Maybe there's something torn in there. Maybe it's something that simple, and I hope it is. And if that's the case, it'll heal eventually on its own. Anchovies are not gay. Well, they're homosexual. They are. I mean, come on. Come on. Anchovies, come on. Have extra cheese and pepperoni, mushrooms, and red onions and banana pepper. That sounds actually pretty damn good. I like pepperoni and cheese. I'm a connoisseur of ordinary shit. I'm a regular Joe kind of Joe, if you know what I'm saying. I don't want no cappuccino or French vanilla in my coffee. I want coffee in my coffee. I want pepperoni and cheese on my pizza. I want Kraft in my macaroni. I want redhead on my women. That's it. I'm easy. Yes. I'm a regular Joe Joe. The real regular Joe kind of Joe. I'm a regular Joe kind of Jake Joe. Snaky Blakey. But that does sound like a good pizza. You should mail me a slice. I actually got one in the freezer I'm going to put in when I get off here. Gotta run. I stayed longer than 5 minutes. Well, thank you for doing that. How about hit that like and subscribe button for me before you go? I need the numbers. Appreciate it. And I love you. And come back. I'm here Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 8:30. Sunday at 8. Pineapples and ham is actually good on a pizza. No, it's not. Wash your mouth out with soap. What's wrong with you? It's not a sandwich. It's not a fruit tree. It's a pizza. Cheese, pepperoni, at the most, sausage. And I don't like that. I'm racist when it comes to my pizza. And I don't want none of that thin crust shit either. They make dough for a reason. Bunch of pansy-ass, cracker-eating, can't taste no shit. What the hell's wrong with people? I want a thin crust. I'm hungry. I don't want a thin crust. I want food. Thin crust. I pick my teeth with that thing. I'm just ranting for the fun of it. I don't care either way. Some Thin crust pizzas are actually pretty good, but most of them are like cardboard, and I hate it. Because I grew up eating Little Caesars pizza, and they got dough, and that's what I'm accustomed to, and to me, that's a good pizza. I think women think that by eating a flat pizza with no taste, that they won't gain weight and they get to still eat pizza. I think that's what the thing that's going on with that is. And you're wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. Look at your ass. You're wrong. Thin crust pizza will make you gain just as much weight as a real pizza will, and you'll enjoy it more. I feel the same way, Jake. I hate all this new crap. Yeah. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. Whatever happened to 7 flavors and everything was made from flour? I'm okay with that. Some possible wheat. I don't need all this new shit they got. I'm crotchety and old misanthropic. I just ate a piece of April's pizza, Hawaiian chicken. It's great. Now I'm eating my pizza. It's awesome. Marcos. You had chicken on your pizza too? Would you just put turkey on it, man? Would you just make a sandwich? Some mayonnaise in the refrigerator. Just slather it on, roll it up, and eat it. Sounds like a sandwich to me. Got chicken and teriyaki and all kinds of other shit on your pizza, and little fishes that taste like rotten salt. Devin orders them that way. I tried, and it's pretty good. I can't do it. I mean, I suppose if I was hungry, I'd eat it, but it just seems like sacrilegious to me to pervert a pizza like that. You're perverts, all of you, with your pineapples and your anchovies. No bird on my pizza. I got a cat outside we could probably chop up. Sounds like you'd enjoy that. I would. I'll be the first one to tell you I'm not going to go hungry. There's plenty of dogs and cats in the world. And if I get real hungry, there's horses in some places. It is now, but it didn't used to be. When it first came out, it was wonderful. I don't know what happened to them. Domino's did the same thing. They changed their recipe, and now it just tastes like garlic. Everything they make tastes like garlic, like butter, bread, and garlic. And I don't want that on my pizza either. What happened to them? Why did they do that? They used to have black olives, and, they were the Domino's was the one that would put the black olives on the pizza. I think Little Caesars did it too, which was pretty good. But when they first came out, they were delicious, and then they changed them. Pizza Hut did too. They used to make a pizza that was that thick. They called it a Priazzo pie. You remember that thing? You could eat one slice and be full for a month. I know I've done it. And still have a whole pie. It was an actual pizza pie. I hadn't seen one of those in years. I'm sure they still make them somewhere, but they're not advertising them. I went to get ketchup the other day. There's 15 or 20 different flavors in damn ketchup. I know, right? Whatever happened to just tomato juice? I like ketchup. I don't need no Heinz 57. When I put something on my steak, I put A1 steak sauce, thick and hearty. It's got one flavor. Tastes like dirt. I like it. Like they put Worcestershire in a different bottle. That's not even mention what they've done to mustard. Have you tried to buy mustard lately? You'd be hard-pressed to find that old French's bottle that go, Remember that commercial? They don't even make that shit anymore. It's always got mayonnaise in it or something. Or spicy some shit. Listen, we need to make America great again and get back to 7 basic flavors. 3 cars, 7 flavors. That's all you need. Throw your iPhones in the toilet. I'm starting a revolution. Start a religion. How many no iPhones? You are anti-Heinz 57? I can think of maybe one thing that would be good on. Maybe. I prefer A1 though. For steak. And the thing that Heinz 57 would be good on is weird. It wouldn't be something you'd be accustomed to putting it on. Like shrimp or something like that. I don't even remember what I tasted that it worked with. But the flavor, it's got a weird, it tastes rotten because they mix flavors together that don't belong together. And I'm a cook, so I know how about complementing flavors. And they just put 57 things in a bottle and shake it up. And it's not good. It can be good. It's got a little tang to it. But if you want tang, take my advice and go to the store and get yourself some Scott's barbecue sauce. It'll peel your lips off, and it's delicious. That's all you need. It's in a little red bottle. It's kind of vinegary. Scott's barbecue sauce. It's got cayenne pepper in it, and it's got something in it that'll actually peel the skin off of your lips. I love it. Yeah, they suck now too, Pizza Hut. Yeah, I hadn't been to Pizza Hut in forever. Last time I was there, it tasted like, I couldn't even chew the cheese. It was so thick, I was like I was eating bear meat or something. I was like, God. Couldn't swallow the cheese. It's too thick. It didn't taste good at all. Even the tomato sauce didn't taste like tomatoes. It tasted like Heinz 57. Goddamn communists. That's what they are, communists. A lot of them. Anybody put garlic on shit. Something wrong with them. Only time you need garlic is when you're fighting off vampires. Or if you want your girlfriend to never kiss you. Not willingly, anyway. I like making out. My sister and her husband used to go to Olive Garden on a regular tip. One time I was over at their house and they had just got back, and I could smell it coming out of their pores. It wasn't their fault. I mean, that place is saturated with it. I mean, it's all they cook. Everything's garlic there. But man, it was awful. I was like, holy shit, I can taste what you had for dinner. And I wasn't there. Give me a break. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Even that thing's nasty now. It used to be good. Remember Cookie Crisp? Cookie Crisp used to be the awesomest cereal in the world. It was made out of actual miniature cookies with actual things in it that tasted like chocolate chips. They weren't chocolate chips, but they tasted like them. I went and got a box of them when I was a grown man and ate them, and they tasted like rotten cardboard. What did they do to cereal? Even Captain Crunch don't taste good anymore. It tastes like cardboard. I know what it is. It's that wheat shit that they started putting in everything. Remember when they started putting that label that says whole grain on all the cereals? That was it. They changed it. It's hot. I know I'm sweating like a like a Biden in church. You know what I'm saying? Biden's a communist. I bet he eats Heinz 57. Trump won. The debate 10 runs to nothing. And I did not see the debate. F. Biden. Amen, brother. I did see the debate. It was hilarious. Biden stammered, and his son's got him in so much trouble he don't know which way to go, and he's trying his best to lie his way out of it, and every lie he tells, it gets deeper and deeper, because everybody already knows what he did, and they know he's lying about it. I'm sweating like a Biden at a Trump rally. Y'all, make America great again. And again and again. All right, then. Whew. I have no air conditioner. They made me take mine out of the window because they're working on the buildings. And I think they're fixing to kick us out of the building for a few days. I'm going to have to go home, live in the dark for a few days. That's going to be adventurous. I might just get me a hammock and throw it up in the front yard. I have things, I'm just not there at the moment. I will be there in the future. Sometime in the future. Kind of a hard place to go back to for the events that took place in a short succession. But anyway, they made me take my air conditioner down, and it's been hot as a mofo in here. At night, especially. I don't get hot during the daytime for some reason. I guess because there's a breeze blowing or something, but at night, just as muggy as it can be. My glasses are fogging up. I spelled Trump tight. It was the bourbon, and I messed it up. By the way, Darlene, I am out of bourbon. Please go get me a bottle of EwwEwwG and drop it off. Probably cardboard. Probably. That's what I'm thinking. You know, most rice is made from plastic. I know that it has a component in it, and I know that Coffee Mate is made out of petroleum products. It's actually flammable. You know, most rice is... I read that. Yeah, I didn't know it was all made of plastic, but it wouldn't surprise me. Kind of tastes like plastic these days. I remember when white rice used to be fluffy. Remember that, white rice? You could pick it up with your fingers like that in a clump and eat it. It was fluffy. Now, it's just like, no matter how much you boil it, it just don't get done. It's still crunchy. I don't like crunchy rice. Sure, Kevin, be right there. EwwEwwG, huh? Sure you don't want to try some George Dickel? Oh, no. Lately, I've been drinking too much whiskey. I've been getting drunk now every day. And I can't sober up and face the heartache, knowing that I turned my wife gay. Barmaid, pour me another shot of whiskey. I'll be here till I drink up all my pay. Between Jim Beam, George Dickel, and Jack Daniels, I think I just turned my wife gay. Drinking song, 2020. I've got 3 fans. They're all blowing on me right now. No Dickel, how about some Buffalo Trace? I've never tasted George Dickel, but I know some highfalutin people that like it, so that's why I use the word. I'm a name dropper. I'm a phony that way. I don't actually drink alcohol. But don't tell anybody I have a reputation. I don't do cocaine either, but everybody thinks I do. And I let them, because it's fun. The reason people think I have a cocaine problem is because I have bursts of unfettered energy that come and go at random. And I get very wiry, and sometimes I'm up for days at a time. And you know, my coke dealer doesn't help much. He's hanging around all the time trying to sell everybody something. I'm just kidding. Clean as a preacher's sheets for the most part. I need to stipulate, for the most part, I'm not entirely clean. What's Buffalo Trace? Is that like a malt thing or a distilled thing or something? Like a homemade thing? You know, some people have their own way of making their own whiskey. I want to make moonshine. I want a moonshine still. You can make 2 gallons a year and not get in trouble for it. That would be awesome. I'd love to do that. Who wants to help me make some moonshine? I already know the ingredients. I just need the material. I kind of already know how to build the still, too. Kind of understand the concept. You gotta have a copper pipe, a boiler, and a drainer. I have bursts, but that's a private matter with me in my bathroom. I hear you. I have those, too. Once you get over a certain age, you can't trust a fart anymore. I know that. Good Lord, I reckon. That's funny right there. I don't care who you are. Never sleep with a woman with a tattoo of a dagger and never trust a fart. That's sage wisdom to live by. Oh, yeah, and always look both ways before you cross the street. But I'm talking about, like, wild energy bursts. Like, I gotta do something. Especially when I'm on stage, because I'm hyperkinetic. I'm what they call if Great Sky Troll was here, he'd know what these are called. I feed on other people's energy. It's like a vampire. A psychic vampire. There's a word for it, but I can't think of it. I think it's hyperkineticism or something like that. Anyway, you'll get tired from being around me, and I'll get amped up from being around you because I'm taking your energy from you. That's how it works. That's how I'm able to rock all night like a madman, swing from the rafters, and, hang out with all the 18-year-olds. My fat old self. I ain't wearing leather pants no more. You can believe that, though. Buffalo Trace is a brand from Buffalo Trace whiskey. Buffalo Trace, Kentucky. It was named Buffalo Trace because there were traces of buffalo in the city where it was made. Well, that makes perfect sense. Before we killed all the buffalo, we didn't kill them all. That area was a grazing ground for buffalo. Why do you want to make it? Are you talking about moonshine? Why do I want to make it? Because I haven't made it before. And I like knowing how to do shit. I want to make a bomb too, but I have the Anarchist Cookbook, and I can very capably do so. I don't know why. I'm curious. I like to know things. I like to experience things. I like to make good things. And just because I don't partake in alcohol don't mean I wouldn't love to give somebody a gallon of awesome alcohol that I made and be like, yeah, you know who your man is. You know what I'm saying? I just like making shit. When I went to jail that time, I learned how to make crochet things out of socks and underwear by stripping them down and repurposing the threads. And then I learned how to make buck wine from fruit cocktail and honey buns and shampoo bottles. And I gave everybody tattoos in jail because I'd make Indian ink out of the chess pieces. It's just the kind of guy I am. I like doing shit like that. Of course, I spent 3 extra months in jail for doing that, but I didn't get beat to death while I was there. Moonshine is one of the 5 major products produced in North Georgia. Yeah, well, we got that Pike County white lightning, if you know what I'm saying. That Hank Williams Jr. muscadine wine kind of stuff up here in North Kakalaki. Georgia can't hold that. We invented white lightning. I don't have a clue what I'm talking about. I heard it in a song. Again, don't drink. But apparently Pike County white lightning is the best moonshine there is. And I know some people who've had it, but I don't know anybody who makes it. And I'd like to make it. Just so that my friends would think I'm awesome for making the moonshine. If I could make crystal meth, I'd probably do that too. Matter of fact, I did that once. It just didn't turn out very well. Low-grade bathtub crank. Wasn't good at all. So I had to throw the whole batch away. But I tried, and that's what's important. It's not about what you achieve, it's what you strive for. It's the destination. The destination is the journey. Darlene, I will get you some moonshine. Also called White Lightning, George Jones song. Yep, that's where I heard it from. White Lightning. It's in North Carolina up in the hills. Lived an old pappy with a moonshine still. He drank White Lightning till the sun went down, and he got him a jug and he passed it around. Mighty, mighty pleasing. Pappy's corn squeezing. It was White Lightning. Better G-men, T-men, and revenuers too. Looking for the place where they made it brew. They were looking, trying to book him, but my pappy kept on cooking. It was White Lightning. Also called Clear. It will make you feel your stomach. Yes, burns going down a little. My brother Johnny makes it. Well, ain't he special? In Wyoming. Wyoming's not even a real place. Do you know anybody from Wyoming? Have you ever met anybody from Wyoming? No, you haven't. Doesn't exist. It's a figment of your imagination. That is Yankee Shine Low. Ain't nothing wrong with Yankees. Even some of them come down south and stay. They're damn Yankees, but they're proud of it, and that's good for us. Or good enough for us anyway. I'm as dirty south as they come. I was born under Florida. In Georgia. I was literally born in a barn. Every time my mama said that, was you born in a barn? I was like, yeah. Well, okay then. My mistake. No, Jake, don't do that. Don't do what? No, Jake, don't do what? Say that damn Yankees are awesome? My brother-in-law's a damn Yankee, and he knows it. Or are you talking about my refusal to believe that Wyoming's a real place? Or did I say something that I don't know that I said? All of which is possible. No, Jake, don't do that. If you die before I wake, feed Jake. Hey, feed Jake. You won't feed Jake? What are you talking about, Darlene? Don't do what? Hey, Darlene, you got your ears on? Come on back. What do you mean? That's a big 10-4 on your big good buddy. No thanks, Kevin. I'm a teetotaler. White Lightning would kill me. It'd probably kill me, too. I have a very low tolerance for alcohol. Every time I take like 3 shots, I throw up. I've tried like hell to drink. It just don't work for me. I spent my entire early 20s trying to drink. I get sick every time I did it. My liver just can't take it. Be throwing up. My 25th birthday, I was quite popular. I'd won like 37 talent shows in a contest in a row. I was making money hand over fist winning talent shows, so I had lots and lots of fans. And everybody knew it was my birthday, and everybody in the bar bought me a double shot of tequila for my birthday. And I do not remember leaving the bar that night, and I was sick for 3 weeks afterwards, and I nearly died from alcohol poisoning, and I haven't drank since. Unless somebody buys me a shot on stage, and I drink it because it's impolite not to, but I never, ever, ever drink. Just does not suit me well. I was with my girlfriend. I made it to the end of the building, was throwing up till like 3:30 in the morning, and she had to sit there with all her friends leaving the bar watching us. And then this bitch throws me in the car hanging out the window and stops for ice cream and leaves me in the parking lot yakking my brains out. And she did that just to punish me. Oh, make meth? No, don't worry about that. That's in my younger days. I've already experienced that. I don't need to experience it twice. I know how to do it. That's all that matters. And I collect knowing how to do things. I got a motorcycle that I refuse to take to the shop because everything that breaks on it, I fix it myself. I figure it out. Because that way when I'm done, I'll know how to fix everything on it. Making meth like a pirate. Name Macbeth. He was a siren and he got a ship. I done answered twice. I heard you the first time. I just didn't know what you were talking about when you said it. But now I know and I got you. I am liable to do some other crazy stuff though. But that one's under the bridge. So you're good. You don't have to worry about that one. Plus, I have no desire to lose all my teeth and sink my eyes into the back of my head and lose all my friends and property. I don't have any teeth to start with, but I damn sure don't want to lose any more. But I would like to make some moonshine. And possibly some microbrewery beer. I ain't real crazy about beer, though, so it doesn't really do it for me. But the moonshine thing kind of does it for me. Kind of tickles my fancy, if you know what I'm saying. I like the idea of the big metal thing with the... Looks like a laboratory. It's exciting. I can build computers, too. But that went out in the 80s. So now you just buy a new one. I learned how to become a computer guru. I spent 15 years becoming the smartest man known to man on a computer. I could tell you every window, every screen, every little pop-up, everything that it says from memory. I didn't even have to be in front of a computer to tell you how to go through yours. And just as soon as I did that, everybody else started doing it too. And then it became so easy that everyone could do it. And then nobody could make money doing that anymore. So I wasted 15 years of my life learning how to do something that went completely out the window. And we should have saw that coming. That was the first sign that social media was going to destroy America. And we didn't listen. And we should have. I can't see because my glasses are fogged up. Better. So have you guys had a good time tonight? I hope you have. I've had a good time. We've learned a lot. We've laughed a lot. We've talked a lot. We've scoffed a lot. Commies. You know what I'm saying? No thanks, Kevin. Would be I already read that. I'm about to get on out of here and watch me some Tucker Carlson and eat me a piece of pizza and go pass out. I'm tired because I didn't sleep last night. I was in a brain loop. And I don't want to repeat that. Cool. Unless y'all want to hang out longer. I ain't got nothing to do. But there's only so much funny can come out of one dude at 10:30 in that night. And everybody's already left but us. It's kind of quiet in here. Even Kevin ain't smarting off. He should be. Gives me something to work with. I wish I could sing you a song, a real one. One that actually sounds good. I'd love to. Know that I'm thinking about it day and night. But there she blows, them timbers be shivered. Or whatever they say. I didn't go pick up my prescriptions today. I didn't go to the eye doctor today. I didn't go to my buddy's house and bring him cigarettes today. I didn't eat today. I was in this chair from 11 o'clock to 3 o'clock and did not know it. And I'm a little upset about it. I don't even know how that happened. I guess I just got lost in thought. It does happen. Just never that long. That's the first time. I mean, I've done it before, but I was like in my bed, meditating and stuff. I've never done it sitting in a chair, typing. Really weird. So what'd you think, Darlene? Are you enjoying the podcast? Are you ready for bed? I am too, kind of. I'm going down. My jokes are starting to sound like snapping again. I can see it happening when I'm looking at myself. I can see it happen. I can't see it happen when I'm not watching myself, though. That's why most people think I'm snappy. I just can't tell when my humor isn't affecting other people the way it's affecting me. Because I'm a sociopath and I can't read emotions. But that's okay. I'm pretty good at faking it. Never had the urge to eat anybody or anything like that, so I guess I'm all right. Trying to get some sleep tonight. I'm going to try to believe that. Check your stuff, get your pizza, get you a pizza. I'm going to get me a pizza. I got one sitting right over there in the freezer. My name's on it. As soon as this podcast goes off, I'm popping it in the microwave. It's got a little piece of some shit that they put in it so it gets crispy. It's pretty nice. It's about that big. It's perfect for one person. It's almost like having your own pizza, only smaller. I think of a man and I take away reason and accountability. I want to see that movie, Fat Man. It's Mel Gibson's new movie. I want to see it bad. Can't wait for that to come out. It is going to be ridiculous. I don't blame. That's a little scary. What's a little scary? What is so scary to you, little one? Why do you feel the urge to run away? Would you like to see the bucket? Don't make me get my pipe. We'll start doing a psychology session right here and now in Sigmund Freud's voice. What's a little scary? I can't even keep up with what I'm talking about anymore. You talking about the little pizza that makes it crispy? Little paper that makes it crispy? That's the only thing I said. I think. Yeah, I enjoy it, except when you get into deep topics you love at me. You don't like when I go deep? That's kind of the purpose of a podcast, is to go deep. I'm kind of an interesting fellow. I go deep. Most people don't go deep. That's why you watch people like me. Why don't you like that? And I apologize that you don't. But I wish you did. Maybe if you listen, you'd understand. And you do listen. You hang out, even if you don't like it. But I don't understand why you don't like it. It's all valid information. That made sense. I was trying to. I know that line. Which line? The Sigmund Freud line? Jack Nicholson. Jack Nicholson, yeah. That was What Women Want. I think of a man and I take away reason and accountability. I feel you here. Getting lost in your mind. It happens. I got nowhere to go but me, if you know what I'm saying. That's why I'm looking for a woman that gives mind, if you know what I'm talking about. I may never have another woman. And that's okay. You're losing time? It's not good. I only lost it one day. It doesn't happen all the time. It's not really that scary. I mean, I was in my head. I wasn't like in a coma. I was thinking. It just, time went around me. Sherlock Holmes does it all the time. I can pick locks too. You get what I'm saying? It's not a sign of like Alzheimer's or anything. It's a sign of deep, 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 deep thought. So much so that the world just kind of goes around me. I wish I could stay there more often. I'd get a lot more done. Meant you lost me. Well, I don't want to lose you. Anytime I say something you don't understand, stop me and ask me to explain it, and I will, or I'll try to. The whole point in me talking is to teach what I know so the world has a record of me being here. Because what I know, for whatever reason, is what I know, and I think it's kind of important. Maybe nobody else does, but I do. I just don't know anything about that stuff. Which stuff? All the stuff? What topic would you like to talk about? I'll go deep on something you want. Something you like. You just tell me what to talk about. I'll go there. And have no interest in it. Well. I would watch my podcast because it's interesting. I watch some freaky stuff on the internet too, believe me. The only reason I don't watch my podcast is because I was there. No, it wasn't. It was from Jack Nicholson's movie. Yes. When I said What Women Want, I meant the other one. You know the one I'm talking about. Good as It Gets. I knew what I was saying. I just said the wrong thing. I don't know why that happened. I know the difference. I know Mel Gibson and Jack Nicholson. And I love both of those movies. I even quoted one of them. I just said the wrong title. But you knew what I meant. It's the Jack Nicholson movie. But please, tell me what you're interested in so that I can tailor one of these podcasts for you, because the whole point is that sooner or later I'll get around to everybody. I mean, today may not be something you like, but tomorrow might be, you know, because I'm trying to spread out amongst the gray matter and cover lots of territory. So give me an idea of what you're into, and I'll talk about it. Tell me something you're into that you don't know much about, because if you know all about it and I'm talking about it, it'll be boring, because you already know everything I'm going to say. But you got to be into something. Something's got to, blow your skirt up, tickle your fancy, jiggle your bellies. I kind of like languages. Ancient ones that nobody can speak anymore. I get into that when nobody's looking. It's like my porn. It's freaky. I also like movies and TV shows. But everybody does reviews, so I'm not doing reviews unless there's one you just have to hear about. And then I'll do one for you. But everybody does reviews, and I'm trying to be a little different. Very few people teach the Bible. A lot of people preach from it, but very few people teach it. So I'm trying to do that on Mondays and Sundays. But the rest of the time, I'm trying to just impart some kind of wisdom to the world. Of some kind. You know what I mean. I love your podcast. Kevin really enjoys your topics. Darlene, yes. I understand, and I get it. And I do know what you mean, but you have to give me a direction because I don't know what you're into. I mean, we've talked before, but we've never actually had deep conversations that often. So, you know I'm going to dig deep. Tell me something you're into. What do you like? I will tailor 2 or 3 podcasts in your honor, in your favor. Because my whole point is to provide something that's entertaining, that's an alternative to the garbage that's on TV right now. And I kind of think this is a better show than most of the shit they're playing on NBC and CBS. But that's just me. I'd rather watch a podcast. I'd rather watch one guy just talk for hours than listen to anything on cable TV. You will? Tonight? So that I can prepare for the next one? Because it don't just come off the top of my head. I mean, I research. Some of it comes off the top of my head. That's a lot. Some of it does. Sometimes I say things that I don't even know comes from somewhere else. That's when you know you can trust it because it didn't come from me. That usually happens when I'm reading the Bible, though. I don't recall that ever happening like in a technical manual or anything. Be nice if it did. I could fix a lot of things that are broken around here. Yeah, I get it. No, I read that. Damn bot made me think somebody texted. I'm about brain dead tonight. I'll try to come up with a topic next time. Okay. You can always text me one and I'll get to work and bring it to you. The longer I have time to prepare for it, the better it'll be. Because then I'll get to, find out all this good stuff. If it's just something that's topical and I can only talk about it from what I know, it may not go as deep as I could go. I really enjoy Sunday and Monday. I do too. I think that's going to be a great thing when it starts taking off. I'm getting a lot of views on those 2 days, a lot more than I do on the rest of the podcast, but that's because YouTube is not propagating my videos like they're supposed to be, because I'm right-wing and they don't like it. So they don't share my videos. So the only people that ever see it are the people that know to come to see it. It's not like showing up in everybody's feed, and it's not like trending or anything. Back when I did the other podcast, that podcast trended, and I had thousands of views a week. This one ain't doing it. It's the same channel. It's got to be on YouTube's end. But there's not much I can do about that. I'm just trying to push the word out. We are getting consistent views. It's worth keeping doing. I am making enough money to survive on. So I'm going to keep doing it until I die. And then I won't be on no more. But my channel will still be here, and you can look it up and get all the stuff that you didn't listen to before. That's the beautiful thing about it. I'm hoping my kids will take advantage of that. I wish I had that when I had a father. I would have loved to have known him better. I don't know of anything in the past that I'm interested in. Well, what about the future? What about parallel universes? What about string theory, quantum theory? Except the Bible. Well, there's a lot of cool stuff from the Bible, and that covers a lot of the past. There's a lot of things in the past that ain't in the Bible, but is connected to the Bible, like Egypt. And I'm fascinated by Egypt, and I love talking about Egypt. And I love delving into their secrets because it ain't what everybody says it is. I ain't as crazy about Mesopotamia as I am Egypt, but it is in its own way fascinating. But I think Christopher Hitchens turned me off of Mesopotamia because he started talking about them being aliens, and that's not true. They're not aliens. They didn't come from the planet Nibiru. They're just people that got off the ark and built a civilization. I just like to talk tonight. Well, I can do that too. Tonight I was feeling kind of frisky, so I just wanted to have a good conversation. It didn't matter what we talked about. Some things we got into, but it didn't go very deep. But sometimes I got to just dig, because I'm trying to understand things too. And the way I understand things is by talking about them. That's how I wrap my brain around it. I attack it from every angle. I argue about it. Me and my mom used to sharpen our teeth on each other all the time, and I really miss that. I don't have that anymore. So all the things that I need to work out, I don't have a scratching post. You know what I'm saying? This is kind of it. So a lot of times it's just me working my own shit out. I did like it when I could play a few more songs, but I think that's going to be a thing of the past, unless I just, play videos. We'll just have to wait and see. They're not exactly blocking me, but I'm like shadow banned. It's not exactly blocked. You can find my videos if you type in my name, but it's not going to show up on your feed, or at least it hasn't on any of mine. And it should show up on your feed. It should be being propagated out to people who haven't watched it before, who don't even know about it. It should show up on a regular rotation, but it's not doing that. They got me shadow banned. But if you know the name of my podcast, you can type it in and go to it. If you know it's there. But if you don't know it's there, you're not going to find it. And that's the trouble I'm having. It's supposed to be like a broadcast system where they push it out to all the people. And whoever wants to watch it can watch it. That's the way it used to be. But they've made some changes during the election. And I hope they go back after the election and fix it. Because it sucks. And I can't make a lot of money doing it this way. I'm not getting by very well. I need to be. Because I've got child support and children and shit. And medical stuff and, that kind of thing. So I need them to do their part. I'm doing my part, and I'm here every week, on time, every time. So they need to start doing their part so that I can make a living. And I can make a decent living if they'll do it, because there's lots of people out there interested in the shit I'm talking about. And they love to give super chats. They're not as generous as you guys are, but it adds up. $2 here, $3 there. And once I get over 100 viewers, I can offer that option on my feed where you can do a super chat and just, do whatever. Right now, we're just doing it through PayPal, and that works fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But YouTube has that option built in. I think they take like 33% or something like that, and PayPal doesn't. But if I've got like 5,000 people and most of them donate a little bit, that 33% goes away pretty quick, and it'll add up. So if they'll ever start propagating my video, I'll have something worth having here. It's a good channel. It's a good topic. It's clean enough to watch. You can hear it fine, and it's interesting. And there's other podcasts out there making hand over fist that aren't nearly as good as this one. So we'll just have to wait and see. Maybe it's just a matter of time. Maybe I just need to be here for a year before they start doing it. Well, I'll do that too. Yeah, it's great to have this to watch years later. Yep. I'm really hoping my children will take advantage of it. I would have loved to have some kind of record of my father to get to know him by. I never did get to know him. He's just a stranger to me, mostly. What other people told me, but it's better if you can see it for yourself, and that's one of the reasons I'm doing this. Other reason is because I don't have a job. All that stuff bores you? I'm sorry. I don't mean to bore you. I'm trying to not be boring. I'm trying to be funny. Entertaining. I guess I'm just not curious about the past. Well, you don't have to be. It ain't for everybody. And it doesn't really matter. It's in the past. I really hope it does. I hope my voice comes back because I need it. That's my moneymaker, and I can't shake my moneymaker, if you know what I'm saying. Which looks really odd, but it works for me. Whew. My hair is wet. The last time I lost my voice wholesale, I lost it for an entire year, but it did not hurt me. It didn't bother me. I just couldn't sing. This time, there's something in there that's wrong. I can feel it when I talk. It burns. It's not the same as it was before. And it may be a year before I get my voice back again, and I'll retrain it and be singing again. But whatever's wrong in there has got me concerned, because that wasn't there before. And it's right there. And it feels like there's a dry spot, and I can't swallow past it. It's like a slit in my throat almost, you know, just a little spot that burns when I swallow or when I talk. I don't know what the hell it is. It may be just a torn vocal cord. I may have polyps on my vocal cords like some singers get. I may have lung cancer. I may have throat cancer. It may just be COVID-19 related. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Sucks. Doesn't. Giving it a name ain't gonna help it none. Do they take 33%? Yeah. Well, you can't win them all. I don't know of another way to make it any better. That's pretty damn good considering I don't have to pay taxes on it right off. They kind of take care of all that for me. So, and it's like a bank account, so I got a credit card and I can use it. So I guess it's worth it. I don't really know. I don't know a lot about money. I missed that class entirely. I need money enough to eat and smoke cigarettes and put gas in my car, and beyond that, I can't. See, that's the thing I can't fathom. It's like Einstein trying to tie his shoelaces. It just goes right over my head. I don't know nothing about finances. My mama never taught me about finances. She taught me about being poor and making do with what I had, and that's the way I learned to live. I really wish someone would have taught me about money, because if I could run a business, I could make a whole lot better decision-making in my life, which is now over, so it doesn't matter now anyway, but it would have been nice, and it'd be nice if I could teach my kids some of that stuff. See, that's something I need to do a deep dive on, is finances, because I don't know shit about it. I don't know that I can retain it. I think that's my weak spot, is math. I think I'm math illiterate. You are entertaining. It's not you. It's just never got into stuff like that. I understand. And thank you. But let's go to bed, Jake. I'm so tired. Okay, I'll stop keeping you. I love you. If you found this video and you like it, paypal.me/JakeJohnsonBand. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you're thinking about. Give me something to talk about next time. Hit the bell icon so you'll know where I'm at, and follow one of the links in the description below. And watch my other videos. They're all entertaining as this one was. Have a great night. I love you, and I will see you Sunday.